What is up, Goyim? Today we're going to be discussing Mavs Economic Theory. I've heard a lot about Monero can't touch $1 million. Monero can't go to 1,000, 5,000, 10,000 even. But in a second, we are going to go to my whiteboard in the garage. I'm going to show you my theory, broken down. But essentially, dumbed down, all you have to do is establish economies. So a number goes up, it can't dip below a certain number. Right now we have a, without any prior research to this video, I just clicked record. Last time I checked, it was $2 or $3 billion on the dark net. So Monero's market cap cannot go below that. That's just like economics 101. So if we establish, let's say, a $10 billion gambling economy, which is on the low end, going on the low end. Gambling is a huge industry. We could see Monero skyrocket in price, and then every single time, I don't know what I'm saying. Good. Nah, but honestly, not wearing that ski mask feels amazing. I should make my face so unbelievably itchy. It's been a while since I made a new video. A lot of it's just rambling, so I don't really know how many people watch these things. But from the clips I post on Twitter, obviously. But Mavs Economic Theory and why Monero will reach $50 million per coin once it overtakes fiat. Because that's the goal with Monero, right? Is to overtake the pound, the dollar, the Swiss franc. You know, every fiat currency is supposed to be overthrown. That's why I'm in Monero, because it has these key properties that allow it to be able to be just the dominant global payment. Because you have the properties of being fast, private, cheap to use, decentralized. You know, it can't be shut off. In government reports, it says it clear as day that you have to suppress the price to naturally have the exit, have the users exit voluntarily, because otherwise it's going to cause a Streisand effect, right? You ban Monero, there's headlines everywhere, people freak out, people want it, people buy it, there's no stopping it. It's too decentralized, there's nodes and people mining all around the world. Any hint of an attack, people are renting hash power, people are turning on every computer they are, spreading malware. We saw this with the 51% cubic attack, not 51%. They had a max of 35. But they can't directly attack it because people will see that and then pile on, and then a Streisand effect. They have to slowly and subtly chip away at it and make people want to leave, right? Because I've known about Monero for forever. Since I first got into crypto at like 18. I found out about Monero from Coin Bureau. I remember just like researching cryptos with like utility, because I figured, you know, utility is going to long term be an amazing investment. So I was just like researching the top 50 cryptos, and I found Monero, and I was like, cool. I also found Filecoin and a lot of other ones, and I was like, these seem like they have decent use cases. Storage, right? Government can't see. Also, I became big on Arweave for a second. Yeah, and then I just dove into Monero and I was buying it. And then the price action was just horrible. I'd see everything else going up and Monero was just flatlining. And then so I went on social media and everyone was like, oh, Monero's odd number go up, coin, right? It's digital cash, it's an investment. And all this other fucking horse shit. When I, after learning about it and just like really diving into it all and studying it, everything pushed me in Monero. I got liquidated over and over and over again trying to trade. I realized it was like the best cryptocurrency ever. And like the more I learned and studied about these other ones, like Bitcoin, I was like, holy shit, I thought it was supposed to be peer-to-peer cash, like gonna replace the dollar. Because that's also one of the reasons why I even got into crypto to begin with, was to become financially free and just away from the government. Like I was that big, whatchamacallit, I forget his, Russell Brand. I loved his videos. I used to go to the gym, come home, eat and watch his videos, and then go do DoorDash and shit like that. But yeah, I was really big on like, dude, this government overreach, what the fuck, blah, 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 blah. And so I saw crypto as these two amazing things. And I'm naturally being in it, investing in it, working. I learned a lot. And then I saw my first love, Ethereum. That's the first coin I ever bought. At 17, I was on my dad's social on Robinhood, and I was like, wow, I got like $700, I think. And I dove into it. I was like, DeFi, all these little cool things you can do with it. I was like, this seems like it has some real world utility to it. And so I just real money into it. I was watching like Graham Stephan and all these other different like finance YouTube videos. Because I really want to be financially free and not have to work. I was like, crypto is my way out. So I put it all in. I'm like, yeah, this is cool. I started like mining Ethereum and Bitcoin. I'm like, this is so fucking cool. I love this. It's like my future is so bright and it's going to like, oh. But then as time goes on, I see this this narrative trying to push Ethereum proof of stake. I'm like, what is this? I started looking into it, and there's these paid, botted accounts and videos all pushing proof of stake. Because right, Ethereum before it was proof of stake used to be proof of work, where like I can mine Ethereum on my GPU, my computer right here, and you have thousands of people doing the same thing. It's super decentralized, right? They can't just go to like one huge facility or get a whole bunch of coins and just take over the network and do whatever they want to. And so none of what they argued about ever came to fruition. They were like, okay, so we're going to go proof of stake, and we're going to burn, and the number's going to go up. And fast forward, number never really went up. We've barely hit a new all-time high. If we have, I haven't really been watching Ethereum close, but it's still at less than $3,000, $2,000 something. And I was promised $10,000 per coin on Ethereum. I remember the whole point of the burn mechanism and proof of stake was number go up. That was the only reason why we were going to switch, and for the environment. Which was a complete and utter hoax, right? Because fast forward to AI, we don't hear this whole environmental bullshit and this complete just botted posts and manipulation, government, blah, blah, blah. It was really surreal to see the hijacking in real time and live through it. Because I read about hijacking. I have it up there on my little shelf of Bitcoin. And then these sudden revelations recently, how Jeffrey Epstein funded the hijacking of Bitcoin. And that he was paying Blockstream, Adam Black, whatever his fucking name was. He was on the island. And then we also found out that he was funding Zcash. He had a huge investment in Zcash. And that the co-founder of Zcash had met up with him. And there's 100 mentions of Zcash in the fucking Epstein files. And then we find out that Epstein funded the core development and controlled 75% of it. Which is insane. And it completely vindicates Roger Ver. Ignore his Bitcoin Cash bullshit, right? I fucking hate that coin. It steals liquidity, it steals attention, it steals time away from the real solution that humanity needs, which is Monero. So it makes me very angry, right? He's pro Monero. He's still on his Bitcoin Cash shilling bullshit and silenced for, I believe it was 3 years. He's not allowed to go on media. But he was He was arrested and was facing 109 years in jail for tax evasion on money he had already paid. The same month he released hijacking Bitcoin. And I was reading this book and I was like, holy shit, they were like doing DDoSing, they were swatting, they were sending death threats, they were doing all this insane shit, they were banning people left and right, they were censoring, they were doing so much shit to try and hijack it from it becoming a global currency. And like having these large economies, because once you have these large economies, the volatility downwards is nearly impossible, right? Let's say you have the entire Steam empire is propped up with cryptocurrency. So there we have that layer of economy. Let's say it's a couple $1 billion. Okay, Bitcoin cannot go beyond that point. It's economic law. Simplest way of saying it. Okay, you have Steam, and then you have the dark web, and then you have gambling, and then you have normal commerce sites. Like we had, what companies accepted Bitcoin? You had Overflow, you had Steam at one point. Yes, we had Tesla, we had all inter boing 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 amount of merchants that accepted Bitcoin. Forgive me, it's been a while since I studied that shitcoin. Yeah, but each economic layer prevents downward volatility because it's used, right? It has a use case. Like gold is used for jewelry, electronics. It's used for multiple other things. It's always been a store of value. Underlying economies. It's not just a speculative gamble. Like Bitcoin is, right, as we have established. Because in order for Bitcoin to become the global currency and have these established economies, it needs to be, one, fast. It needs to be cheap. It needs to be decentralized. And it needs a whole bunch of other economic properties alongside scaling. Because, you know, we have to have these transactions going out. You're going to have people transacting with it all the time. And merchants are going to want to have to not pay a whole bunch of fees and all this yada, 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 yada. Pretty well established. I'm sure if you're watching this video, you already understand this. Because you don't want to go to the coffee store and pay like a $10 fucking fee on your $12 latte. You know, it just doesn't make any sense. I'm not gonna pay $22 for a coffee. You know, yeah, it's insane. Ignore my hair. I had a haircut appointment today with my barber. I was driving there. I was about 7 minutes away, and I got a text saying, "Hey, Scott, I'm gonna make it." I was pulled over, and I was like, damn. It's a rough morning too. Crick in my neck. Felt like shit. A whole bunch of other things going on too on top of it, but yeah. The rat's nest. But back to the tangent. Mavs Economic Theory. So as we know, Monero has overtaken Bitcoin on the dark web. Right, this has been established. It is 99% Monero, in the words of John McAfee. The great John McAfee, the first big Monero maxi. I like to think that I'm helping carry his little torch, you know, establishing a bunch of little Monero maxis, because it is the best goddamn currency ever created. Got the smartest people behind it. Like, if you ask me about this goddamn thing and how it works, I couldn't tell you with a straight face. I'm young retarded when it comes to these things. I look at it and I'm just extremely bored and it's mind-numbing, and, you know, call me normie, whatever you want, but these people are smart as fuck. Like, how were we even to this, like, point in human history where we can have a currency, you know, that everybody controls, you, me, control in the hands of the people? It blows my brain when I, like, really sit and think about it, because this has been dreamed about for past, like, 50, 100 years, and probably even back then, you know? Humanity's always struggled from a currency issue, right? Because these small hat people with their hook noses and their oi 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 mentality, right? You drop a penny and they're throwing themselves at you. They take over the banking system and then inflate the currency, as we know, and then goes to zero. And then they have Usherim, which is printing money out of thin fucking air. Essentially. It's not actually printing money out of thin air, it's inflation. But it's charging an interest rate. Okay, I'm going to get out of this tangent about the Jews. Jew. No, but yeah. We need to establish these economies. So right now we have the dark web, a couple $1 billion. And we have some commerce, right? We have some merchants here and there based on XMRHub.org's directory. Monero, don't like the founder at all. Don't like who he is as a person. But that is not giving me the right to not say that he's a thing. The website's a thing. We have some merchants. But it's not that big of a dent. The dark web's probably like 3 times as big as normal commerce. Right? And most people are using just like Molvat and just like sending money to like their friends and shit like that and swapping. And we don't really have a huge economy except for the dark web. And I really want to change that. Personally, I feel like I'm the only one in the community that could establish like a big gambling economy because of just how retarded I am. Right? It's so much fun just like throw a couple bucks, a couple hundred, whatever, and just have fun with the boys and just go crazy and just enjoy. I also don't really see that as a sin. People are like, oh, you're a Christian and you gamble. Vices are a sin. You know, when you're addicted and you can't stop. But I'm not addicted to a casual gamble as I am, let's say, ice cream. You know, they got this like ice cream for bears or something that came out. It's like a healthy, made with like raw honey and shit ice cream, and that shit's so good. I think I've bought like 6 pints of it in the past like month. It's so fucking good. That's my advice right there. That's a sin. Let me. But back to being the only one that can establish this. Everybody before me was all anti-gambling, right? XMRGG was a thing. They're coming back. It's been so long. But they're coming back. I'm going to talk to the founders. And everybody was shitting on me for it. I remember Schmidt. You got a whole bunch of other people calling it a scam, attacking me, smearing me, calling me a fed, a scammer, all this and that. It made no fucking sense. I'm like, I spelling it out, and I was like, we're going to establish a gambling economy. Because gambling is a $1 billion thing, right? A whole bunch you could add to the Monero's market cap, which is going to bring people in, which is going to increase the miners, the hash rate. It's going to bring new mines in to create these new businesses and tools, wallets. It's a net positive, and these new people are going to interact with Monero posts and boost it more, and they're going to bring more people in. And the positive feedback loop is just going to keep going and going and going and going and going. And it's like a net positive, right? Because I thought this was freedom money. When I came in here to Monero, I thought it was freedom money. And when I come in here, I'm a noob. I don't know what's going on. I'm using Exodus wallet because it's sexy and it's beautiful, and you know, I like beauty. I'm getting shit on, getting clowned at. I'm asking these questions, and people are just laughing at me and like trying to kick me out. I'm on like Twitter and stuff, and I'm like, what is this shit? And then as I keep going on, I see it's like a meme. That like the Monero community is extremely hostile to anybody new, anybody that's not like a nerd or a coder or like any shit like that. Like it's just this it was bad. It was the libertarians, the anarchists, the ANCAPs or something or another, and some other weird niche group that are now very small in the community, which is a net positive because those people scared away retail. And you need retail. You need these, as they would call the retards. I would count myself in as one of those people. I speak to them. And this space was just like, the community was just kind of like dead on social media. Group chats, nothing's happening. No messages, days. The Twitter, you didn't really get that many likes at all, if any. And like the comments are like bots. And I was just like, what is happening? Because the more I like dive into it, the more I learn, the more I use it. I'm like, holy shit, this is the best goddamn thing ever. And there's no like community leaders or like faces. Like I'm looking at like Douglas and I'm like, go dude. Like I used to say we should like defend him, and I used to promote these people's products all the time, and they would just like attack me, right? I thought this was freedom money. I thought anybody could do it. They labeled me as a white supremacist, a Nazi, smear, right? Because I thought Monero was supposed to be inclusive. But now you can't have white supremacists, you can't have a white nigga going hard as fuck, you can't be a Nazi, you can't gamble, you can't do anything that doesn't fit their ideology, right? They shun and attack anybody that doesn't fit their standards to like what a Monero bro can be. Or the Monero user or whatever, Monero bro culture wasn't a thing. Yeah, so I wanted to really establish a new community, right, that was friendly to noobs, that embraced them. Because I was there and I'd answer everybody's questions. There was like a million questions like, how do I buy Monero? What is Monero? How do I use it? And I'd always tag like XMR Bazaar, Monerica, and like go on and on and on and spend like countless hours. I went all in at 1:30 after that Binance delisting, and just kept posting on Twitter over and over and over again, 24/7. I lived, I slept, I breathed, I ate Monero, right? It became my life. I was like, I'm dedicated to this. We can overtake banking. We can establish a new global currency and enter a golden age. Right? We can have these world fairs again. People can get paid handsomely for their hard work that they put their blood, sweat, and tears into, and you don't have a greedy fucking pariah. They're stealing money out of your pocket, and you have no fucking idea. Right? I go to work, and I earn $25 an hour, and that $25 is getting eaten away every day because you have fucking Jerome Powell just going... And now my $25 purchasing power is worth like fucking $10 after a few years, and it makes no fucking sense. The more I learned, the more everything came together. I was like, holy shit, Monero has a marketing problem. Nobody markets it, and the narratives around it are horrible. Because number go up is a net positive for Monero, right? I understand where you're coming from, but it's like, okay, if we only focus about number go up, that's how it gets hijacked and stuff. I agree. Monero's number should go up, and yet you should use it, but you should always replenish what you spend and then more. So stupid, because it makes so much sense. And like, I try to like understand these mental gymnastics these people say, but I'm like, were you not buying and holding Monero for how many years you've been in here? I don't understand why you're bitching and complaining about number going up. We see more people coming in. We saw the hash rate going up as the number was going up, so it means more people are mining. As Mavs perspective with his economic theory and his other things, and how number go up is going to mean more hash rate and more users and more miners and more businesses and more tools. Yeah. This is supposed to be about Mavs Economic Theory, and yet I've been sitting here yapping for a while. Apologies, I don't know how many people are gonna listen to this thing in full. But back to the gambling. Gambling isn't a positive for Monero, right? We see stake, we see roulette, we see all these other big, huge gambling companies. Ethereum is mostly used for gambling. If you know, you know. You know those degenerates, you know those whales. You're in the community. And if Monero could even get a sliver, just a tiny bit, tiny little sliver of what Ethereum has for its gambling economy, it was used for a currency on these gambling sites, we will see Monero hit 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. We will see it at number three of CoinMarketCap. If we can even take a sliver of that. And my pure retardation, my pure reach on Twitter after being I can't say that. Cleansed 12 times. 12 times. I still have reach. Because I love this shit. I love you guys. You know? I'm never going to give this up. You know, I can have fucking 12 followers, 1 follower, or be screaming the void getting no likes. Because I see this as like one of my life's purposes is pushing this until we overtake fiat. And then I don't know what I want to do. I used to, as a kid, want to be a pastor. I used to pretend I was one. I always just tell my mom I want to be a pastor. Who knows how I am talking, you know, I don't really like recording myself all that much. I kind of put off the videos and stuff, but I do want to see, you know, a strong Africa, a strong India, a strong Europa, a strong Brazil, you know, for the Brazilian people, for the African people, for the Indian people, because they come here because the small hats destroy their economies, destroy their currency, and then they flee their war-torn country because of the chosen gang. And I want these people to have their own beautiful fucking countries, right? I want to go to Japan and see the Japanese. I don't want to see some fucking Indians. That shouldn't be a controversial take. I want to go to China. I want to see Chinese people. I want to go to India. I want to see Indian people. I don't want to see black people in India. I don't want to see white people in India. And then this is where the people, the old heads in the space, call me a white supremacist. And it has nothing based in reality. It's all emotions, and they see me as a threat to their control. And I've never seen it that way. You know, I promote their products. I always talk good about them. I say we need to protect them and stuff like that. And it's only ever been met with backlash and backstabbing and drama. I want to fucking punch you in the face. It's kind of fun. It is kind of fun. I'm not going to not respond to you. I do have a slight ego. But, you know, who doesn't? All right, let's be so for real right now. If you have a little bit of testosterone, you're going to have an ego on you. And I think that is natural for every man. So, back to the game. When XMR comes back, right, I own XMR.games, and I'm going to establish my own casino. But until then, you know what? I'm going to promote XMR and I'm going to establish a global economy with gambling. I'm going to bring in billions of dollars to the market cap. I'm going to bring a number go up, right? We're going to establish a gambling economy this year. We're going to have FCMP++, right? The biggest upgrade to Monero in its entire history. We are going to see the biggest year Monero's ever seen. We have a brand new wallet, Monero 1. We have so many other bullish factors that I can't tell you about. because I don't want to get killed. The Chinese, they thought that wasn't bullshit. The Chinese are establishing Monero market, right? Their darknet got shut down. There's $35 billion USDT. Money's been getting frozen. They slowed down recently. But it's still happening. We're going to go to that whiteboard. And I'm going to show you just what I'm talking about. The Mavs Economic Theory. And we're going to get so unbelievably rich. Beyond rich. I'm begging you. Buy Monero. Buy even just one Monero. 0.1. Do whatever you can to get as much as humanly possible. Because once we overtake fiat, one singular Monero based on the laws of economic supply and demand, overtaking the global money supply, fiat, is going to be worth $50 million. One Monero, $50 million. We're not becoming a store of value. We're going to be a currency, a store of value, and your ticket to financial freedom. Because this world rewards the problem solvers. And right now we face the world's greatest problem head on, which has been the money problem. And when we fix that, we are going to be rich beyond our wildest dreams. Those early adopters, those people who carry this torch of freedom across the line, who lit up the entire world, they deserve to get rich. This damn near impossible feat. Many people will probably get killed. And maybe even me. Been banned 12 fucking times. Like, who can bounce back after being banned 12 times? Show me anybody in this community that can be banned 12 times. You have my heart. If you can bounce back every single time. All the attacks, all the drama, all the shit thrown in your way. Respect, you know? Not that I care. I don't give a fuck what the fuck you think about me. I'm gonna keep doing my thing. I see the vision. I see it clear as day. I've seen this since $130 a coin. Number goes up. I still see the vision. Nothing is going to change that. I love this coin. I love the community I've helped build. The movement, the Monero bros, the Monero supremacists. See you, Matt. He came up with that. That was really banging him. Because a lot of us hate Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Zcash. Don't hate Litecoin. The R boys who fucking chill 24/7. Yeah, it's all bullshit. The only non-bullshit coins Monero. I don't give a fuck what you think. Go fuck your bags. Go swap. XMRhelp.org/buy. Go ahead, go swap your shit coins. But yeah. I don't know what else I was gonna say. The whiteboard. Welcome back, chats. We're gonna go over today Mavs Economic Theory. Bang. Right here. Okay. Forgive my writing. It's kind of shit. Whatever. So we have Monero right here, right? XMR. It has a $6 billion market cap. $6 billion. Right now, what's underlaying this, and it's so to prove it, it's not just like fugazi, zero speculation, pure gambling. We have a $3 billion gambling darknet economy, right? So that is the foundation to prevent it from going. So embrace yourselves here. So it cannot dip below $3 billion. This is basic economics, right? If the darknet is swapping $3 billion, it can't go to 2, 1, it can't go to a few $1 million a coin. It doesn't make any sense at all, right? These people are like, oh, Monero's going $100, Monero's a shitcoin, Monero's going to 0. But as long as they have this economy right here propping it up, it can't go below that. So let's say, okay, we have another $1 billion of just holders. While not being an economy that is still propping it up. These are people that will not sell no matter what, that truly believe Monero is going to, let's say, $10 million per coin, super long term, overtaking fiat. Yes, long-term holders. So then we have, that's $4 billion. We have $2 billion of just speculation, fugazi. We're not gonna, maybe we have a 10 million, like a few $1 million of just like people going on Monero, XMR, hub.org, the directory tab, and buying from merchants, Molfad, and different little proxies and shit like that. Every store that Monero is accepted on, it always dominates the payments. So that could be another billion, it could be a couple $100 million, but we're not going to count that right now. So these $4 billion is concrete. Monero cannot go below that. It can go close to that, but it cannot go below that. So let's say, okay, we have these, and we're going to establish, let's say, what Mav can do, since he's not a whale yet. A gambling economy, right? Because I have the influence, I got the motion. We're going to establish, say, a gambling crypto economy is probably like 50 to 100 billion, probably more. We're going to take a little tiny sliver. We're Monero so low, $6 billion. I'm just the market capital recently. We're going to add 10 billies. That's going to not only boost the market cap beyond this 6 billion, right? So we're going to have a total of 16 billion, but people are going to see number go up, obviously, right? As we see FOMO, fear of missing out. We see that with silver, we see that with gold. We see that with a lot of things. It's just basic fundamental human nature. People don't want to miss out, people want to make money. So we're going to see number go up. So we're going to have this 16 base. We're just going to see it go up because we're going to see FOMO, we're going to see apes. We're going to see 18 billion per coin. It's going to be going from like 3,000. We're going to see apes going in. Oh my God, it's going to a billion. We're going to see more merchants accepting it. We're going to see, people using it more. We're going to get more users, more minds, more fucking everything. So it's just going to be like a non-stop snowball or stuff. We're going to establish new economies. I don't know what other economies there are. I'm a degenerate. But there's like a whole bunch of different economies. We just have to take one little sliver here, and then FOMO and blah, 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 economic theory 101. So, number go up, zoop. We're going to establish an economy. That's why we don't see large volatility downwards. We're never going to see $100 per coin. We're never going to see $200 again. We might see 300, depending on what the market makers want to do here. I doubt it, right? Maybe for a brief second. Regardless, if Monero was used more, if more people knew about it, more people were holding it, right? We boosted this. We completely killed the narrative that you use Monero only. Never hold. You kill this narrative. You go, you're a liar, you're a thief.
זה גוי היהודי! זה גוי! שתי מקלות של מטאטא של סנוקר הולכות. אתה גנב! אתה גנב!
We boost this, so we boost the base alongside the economies, which is going to push the number up, which is going to bring in users, which brings in businesses, because these users are going to be, you don't know what the net worth is, you don't know what they run, what they do. we're gonna have a small point gonna be business owners. And we're gonna see whales, right, that create things. Let's say wallets, we're gonna say exchanges, we're gonna see all these new things that my small, tiny little brain can't understand right now. And then, you know, as the number goes up, we're gonna see more of those people. We're gonna soak up more minds, more people in the Bitcoin community, number go up. We're gonna see all these people, oh, Monero actually is useful. These people base everything off of price. And then you boost this holder. You see number go up more validation, more social proof. All these people talking about Monero. It's just going to be a never-ending positive feedback loop. As long as we establish these underlying economies, then Monero is not going to have this downward volatility, right? It cannot go below what the established economies are, right? So you want a whole bunch of holders. You want these little economies here. You want gambling. That's Daddy's job here. Darknet, drugs are lame, but like people are always going to use them, and whatever. I'm not opposed to it. Just not a big fan of drugs, but it helps Monero, right? Because cash is used for drugs. Cash is used for tax evasion. We're going to have a huge economy of tax evasion. I'm 1,000% sure. Anything cash can do, Monero is going to soak up all those economies because they want to phase out cash. So we're going to carve out these little economies and the validation and boosting these said economies to further, you know, prevent number go down super huge like Bitcoin, which has no established economies anymore. Really, it's just speculative gambling. Like you have one Bitcoin and then you have a sucker right here, whatever. You just want to sell it for more to him, and that's Bitcoin summarized. It's just gambling. You don't use it for anything. You just sell it for more fiat. We're supposed to take over fiat, and now we're selling our Bitcoin for fiat. Shit coin. Yeah, our goal here, my goal here, is to establish a gambling economy. Never been done before. Mark my fucking words. It will be done. I will personally start this. Right now, I'm going to make some money in the process of doing this, but that's not the reason why I'm doing it. I see it as the next global currency. I've been in it before. I even summed up my economic theory about Monero and how it's going to overtake the dollar and how it's going to go to $50 million per coin. And that's not like the moon boys go, oh, no, this is just basic fundamental economic theory, supply and demand. Economics, I can't dumb it down any more than this. But yeah, our goal here, boost holders, boost number go up. We're going to establish a gambling economy, which is going to bring in billions and billions of dollars, which is obviously going to boost the number go up, the market cap and the FOMO, and then we're going to establish more and have more. We're going to create more. We're going to have a Shopify plugin. We're going to have all these different merchants that are now accepting it. We're going to see just never-ending positive feedback loop. But it's just getting this off the ground and having it win the marketing war, right? You need it to win the marketing war for it to go up. You need people to know about Monero. You need people to hold Monero. You need people to use Monero, spread Monero. You need to just have it become your life and just spread it around, right? Because and your incentive is to get rich. Rich. And you just got to put in a little bit of work. You just got to tell people about Monero. You got to just hold it, and you just got to remove it off the exchange and hold it in your wallet. You got to use it occasionally, right? Let's say you gamble fucking $100 in XMR GG, right? You go buy fucking cheese on XMR Bazaar. It's another economy, boosting the sector. And then you buy more, which increases the holding, right? And there's just a never ending loop, and then boom, 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 $50 million in today's economic wealth measurements, right? It looks like a child with scribble all over this. But no, because if we go to the money, Mavs Economic Theory summarized. Now, is this kind of retarded? Maybe. Can you even see it's kind of flipped? Oh, there we go. I can't zoom in. Mavs Economic Theory. I will take a picture of this and post it online. And it looks insane. I look schizophrenic. But that's okay. Because we're gonna get rich. We're gonna make the schizophrenics rich. We're gonna make the retards rich. We're gonna make the Nazis rich. We're gonna make the anti-Semites rich. We are going to completely flip the table on these bankers, right? Remember the goal, $50 million in today's wealth measurement for one Monero, right? Because not everybody can have one Monero. It's not even possible. We have 18 million coins right now. And by 2040, we are going to have 21 million. And it's a slow inflation. Mavs Economic Theory. And a long-winded video. And I don't know if you've made it through here. If you have, please check out xmrclub.org. I've been trying to keep this updated on this website and keep it going, polishing it, adding new updates. Yeah. I also have a XMR chat now too. If you want to donate and have me cover in a video. I'm also going to start streaming on Kick, play some games and gamble and do some other shit. Kind of fun. Yeah, follow me on XMR Void.